You're not watching The Housewives anymore?
No. I mean, I've lost interest. I have a different type of TV watching.
Not even Portia?
No, I'm not watching The Housewives anymore.
But she used to watch the show all the time, didn't she?
She said, honey, it brought down her IQ, allegedly. And she was saying that it's just she got tired of the fighting.
I can totally get why Wendy Williams would hate watching black women tear black women down. She has her own show to do it on.
Ooh. Oh!
So, Whitney, as far as you stand with drug use, is there drug use going on at this present time?
Who are you talking to?
To you, Whitney. You.
No, you're not talking to me. I'm a mother. Only my mother has privy to that information. You talk to your child about that. Don't ask me no questions like I'm a child. You talk to your baby about her, what she gonna be confronting or what she got to deal with.
Don't
ask me like I'm a child, because I'm not a child, Wendy.
My child is a little boy, and I will talk to him about drugs.
Talk to him about that shit. Don't talk to me about that shit.
But listen, Whitney, I will talk to my son about drugs because I have been where the world speculates where you are, which is I was a full-blown cocaine addict. So
that's your problem, not mine. Move on.
Well, you know, that was my problem, Whitney.
You helped yourself. Did you ask God to help you?
And no, I managed, thank God, because I have a good man. And so thank God I was able to just rise up above it and quit. And all I asked... Okay. And you, on Diane Sawyer, also mentioned that you'd want to see receipts behind the drug use. Which,
man, if I spent that much money, somebody better give me some receipts so I get a tax return.
Well, speaking of spending money, so recently I was hearing that you were trying to trim the budget, which, by the way, Whitney, I thought that this was something very...
Where the hell did you get your information from? Who's calling you and telling you?
Well, I got this story from a gossip named Steve Hers. You ever hear of him?
No. Well, like you said, gossip. Yeah.
Steve Hers is a West Coast correspondent, and I communicate with all the different gossips. It's what we do, you know.
You guys just all get together and have a gossip lunch, huh?
Something like that. Anyway, Whitney, they're saying that you're doing some massive budget cuts.
I'm doing massive changes.
And you know what?
Yeah.
I wanted to let you know that this is something I think is good. This is a good Whitney thing.
You like it. You approve. Yeah, Whitney approve.
Oh, Whitney, please. Listen, they were saying that you cut your mother's
See, you don't know what the
allowance.
You don't make me curse on the radio. I'm trying to be, come on.
Well, Steve was saying it was from about like $1,600 a week to about $500 a week.
Tell you to kiss my
Okay.
And so can anybody else ever think I'd do that to my mother, you low down dirty
He also was letting me know that Michael, Gary, and your sister Donna, who run your Nippy company, are also experiencing the slashes across the board. They were saying that you have a 24-hour-a-day bar on site at your studio that you're now cutting down, and you're not making your personal chef available to people to just come up in your house and just order food and stuff. I think that's all good.
That never happened. I don't even know what the you're talking about.
Well,
I have no idea what you're talking about, Wendy.
How is Bobby Christina doing?
Growing and being a beautiful young lady that God sent her here to be.
Yeah, she's 9 now, right?
Yes, she is.
When your husband was incarcerated for those few days, what types of things do you tell her concerning, like, do you say, like, Daddy's away visiting Boston?
Or? I don't want to be talking to a retard. She's a sped patient. She's a child who has intelligence.
Okay.
My child is smart.
No, what
I talk to shush your mouth. I talk to her like she's an intelligent human being, okay? And I give her just as much as she can handle for a 9-year-old because I'm her mother, okay? And that's how we deal with it. Never mind what I told her, but she know the deal.
Well, a lot of parents whose spouse or what have you goes through something, particularly because that was only 8 days, would have either taken them out of school for the 8 days or taken them away from watching TV to, see headlines.
I do what I do to protect my daughter, Wendy, just like you would do to protect your son, okay? All right.
You are very defensive, Whitney.
I have to be, Wendy. You talk about me every f***ing day.
Well, Whitney,
every other day.
Whitney, you keep yourself in the headlines.
No, Wendy, y'all keep me in the headlines. I mind my business. I try to maintain what I got. I want to know what I'm doing all the time. I don't give a shit about what you're doing all the time. As long as you're healthy and God is blessing you and you're doing the right thing and being a decent person, I can handle that.
When's the last time you talked to Robin?
About a week ago.
Because I know that you and Robin were girlfriends from when you were growing up.
And we're still friends, girl.
Okay. Will she be working back with you, or is she still...
Wendy. What's Robin got to do anything? No, Robin don't work for me. She'll work for me now. Moving right along.
Okay, so our king of R&B, is he working on an album? Is Bobby working on an album?
Yes, ma'am.
When do you think his album will be out?
Very soon, Wendy, I'm sure.
A numerologist came on the show the other week.
Oh, hell.
And we ran you guys' numbers. And for what it's worth, the numerologist said that you and Bobby are so right for each other.
Honey, he's so right. He's never been more right in his life. That's the most rightest thing you ever said.
Yeah, thank you, Whitney.
Uh-huh.
What the hell was that?
I said, smooth you out. What
Smooth me out. What does that mean?
We're going to talk and have a nice conversation.
Let's have a
Relax,
conversation.
Omarosa.
Oh, no, I know how to chill.
Okay.
But I will not be disrespected.
Okay. This is not the time for you to look for your moment. I invited you here.
Oh, I know
in
how to find my
friendliness.
moment. What is
I
that, Rose?
understand.
The book.
We're going
We
to talk
switch.
about the book.
All right, well, let's get to it, Wendy. Oh, don't,
I want to look at it and show it to, well, then show it to Kenny right here. No, Kenny has the camera right here. This is the up-close camera. Would you like it to be seen? The book comes out in October. What did I just do? Nothing, right?
And I would suggest a wig that doesn't sit off my head 3 inches. That would be my suggestion.
We always mention people's past. And that's not what God does, Mr. Wendy P. Williams. I mean Pendy. Pendy. Pendy Prince on. Let me eat my I ain't cursing today, but I'm gonna eat my mother pickle for a second, because I got something to say. I got something to say. Good. God already told us that He placed our sins into the sea of forgetfulness. So how can you remember something that God already forgot? How can you blast a bunch of rappers and interview a bunch of rappers that all they do is talk about shooting and killing, then continue to mention somebody that actually did that, who served their time and paid their debts to society? But that's why Kevin was on that island chilling, and I can't. Kevin said, wait a minute, I'm about to have my baby. He called you and was like, well, hold on. Bitch, I can't come to that episode. My bitch giving birth. My real bitch giving birth, child. You see? I can't. When you announce my husband, P, there's no need for you to mention his past, because these rappers is rapping about shooting and killing every day. These rappers is out here every day talking about guns they ain't never held, guns they ain't never bust. Okay? Tasha K is coming up next week, as well as T.S. Madison, who everybody knows that's my baby. T.S. Madison is going to be here. And we got a full show. It's next week. I had to give a little sneak peek today. Pendy Pinson? I'm done. I'm done. Do you mention Gucci Man's body every time you mention him? Or when you discussing his wife, do you mention his man down, his charge? 3 times in a row, doing a show, acting like she f***ing stuttering John. Talk about, is it manslaughter? What does that mean? What does that mean? What does manslaughter? Does it mean that you actually killed somebody? Does it mean that you murdered? Bitch, where was you at when Kevin had his dick knee deep in that punani? And it's not about you doing your job. There are people who report the news, and there are people who do it with an evil intent in their heart, viciousness. And I pray for you, because I know you're hurting, and I know you must be sick and humiliated. Okay? I pray for you. Because I let it go when you had to tell the audience, whatever he had to do time for. I let it go. But every time you mention him, you feel the need to bring him up. you feel the need to bring these things up, as well as something that he was wrongfully accused of doing when he was 15 years old, all because he didn't have $7,000 to get himself bailed out. Because when you in the hood at 15, you don't have that kind of money, neither does your family. And when the alleged accuser wrote a letter to the judge asking to recant these statements, she was told that she would go to jail for 90 days, allegedly, if she recants the statement. But white is right. But I didn't know that in our society, you have to be plagued by your past. I didn't know that people can't turn over a new leaf. I didn't know that your viciousness and evilness was this deep-rooted, this deep-seated. But I understand why now. When a woman isn't really being loved at home, the viciousness is a different type. So I really wanted to pray for you today, because look at where you are now in your life. Look at what age you are. You sat up there being vicious all this time and paid for that man's mistress for all these years. Child. You paid for her shopping sprees. You paid for her hotels. You probably even paid for her GYN bills. You paid to have that baby delivered, ho. How you doing? I want to know what you was doing when that motherfucking dick was knee-deep in that pussy. Because I don't want to imagine you without that wig on your head. And that's why he ran. That's why. And I was one of those black women supporting you when that came out. I was one of those people saying, forget what she said about me in the past. Let's all surround her and now support and uplift her. And we won't talk about you wannabe queen radios who dying to get my attention, who dying to get me to say y'all name. Y'all know y'all will never get said because y'all are peasants. Pendy and peasants, okay? I was really one of those people, rooting for you at the sober living home, just because I know we're human first. We're human before we're celebrities. We're human before we're personas. And I know that you must have gone through a lot. But you are demonic. And that's why this stuff unfolded. If I were you, I would go and pray. Ask for forgiveness. You can report the news. People do it all the time. Report the news without the level of viciousness and trying to play dumb and doing all this nonsense. I mean, I watched you do that to Beyonce for years, and I could never for the life of me figure out why. Like, what does this woman have against Beyonce? Like, it's sickening to watch. But I remember I was somewhere with Nas, and you walked up to him and said, you acted like you didn't see me, and then you said to him something about, oh my God, why are you with her? I don't like her. And you said you and Kevin had spent the whole morning playing Nas. Kevin wasn't playing Nas. Kevin was knee deep in that pussy. You was playing Nas. Bitch.
You still wear your ring?
You got something on your hand too, so I ain't talking about
No, this is not.
What a bug-eyed you. You got those big fake and I'm Hollywood, huh? Shut the up. Worry about your husband, not me. Sick of her. Her bullshit show. I'll bet $20 she pees standing up. I hope her get stuck in a zipper. I'd RuPaul before I'd her. I watch RuPaul's Drag Race. She makes RuPaul look like Margot Robbie.